fourth graders, and welcome back. I'm Mrs. Lamondo, here to bring you our mini lesson of the day from Fontes and Pinnell. We are up to LAU20 Lesson 3. Today we're going to listen to the book King for a Day. As we listen, think about what happens in the story that could happen in real life. There are also parts of the plot that couldn't happen in real life. Which parts are not believable?
King for a Day by Roxana Khan, illustrated by Christiane Cromer. As we read this book, sometimes we will do choral reading, where you read with me so we can better understand this book. We are going to learn some new vocabulary to read this book. The first word is Basant, which is a spring kite festival celebrated all across South Asia. And on the last page of the book, we can see for more information. Inshallah Allah is an Arabic phrase meaning if God's will. And lastly, Malik, an Arabic name meaning king. Basant is the most exciting day of the year. With feasts and music and parties, people celebrate the arrival of spring. And many will make their way to the rooftops of Lahore, a city in Pakistan, to test their skills in kite-flying battles. Pause the video to see what you can observe from this illustration. I am up early. My brother and sister arrive, still rubbing sleep from their eyes. My brother asks, "Malik, is that all you made?" My sister says, "How can you be king of Basant with only one kite? It's called Falcon. Ishna Allah, it will be fast enough. I send my brother many blocks downwind so he can catch the kite I will set free." There's a bully next door. Ha! It's time to make him pay for hitting me and throwing the stones at my sister. I'll get back at him with Falcon. The bully shouts at us, calling my sister a bad name. My sister yells right back, but when she turns around, I can see she's really hurting inside. At this time, pause the video and turn and talk to a buddy nearby and ask about a time if they've ever felt hurt. The breeze lifts the bully's huge kite. His kite is so big, I nicknamed it Goliath. It must have cost a fortune. Falcon is small, built for speed. I let out enough of my special string for my sister to carry Falcon to the edge of the roof. "Don't step on the tails," I cry. "Don't wreck them." On the count of 3, my sister jumps. I tug on the string. Falcon leaps into the sky. I'm ready to attack. I work my string, dipping Falcon so it circles Goliath. Because it is so big, Goliath is slow. My kite string rubs the bully's kite string. Snip! I have sliced it. Goliath flies 3, and the bully's string drops from the sky like a fishing line with nothing on the hook. The bully picks up his other kite, a smaller, faster kite. He gets it climbing on the rising currents of air until it's almost as high as Falcon. I take a deep breath, bracing myself. The bully's kite circles, trying to trap Falcon. I move away, watching closely for the next attack. The bully pulls his kite to the left. Quickly, I pull down as hard as I can, sending Falcon into a steep dive. "Let up, Malik," my sister says. "You're going to crash." Turn and talk to a friend. What do you think is going to happen next? Just before Falcon hits the rooftop, I pull it up and around several times, snagging the bully's string so he cannot get free. I reel in the bully's kite so my sister can grab it. The bully's done. He has no more kites. He storms downstairs. We are now going to try our choral reading, where we read together. Let's start. I move on to other kites. It's easy for Falcon to pluck them from the sky as if it really is a bird of prey. Big kites, little kites, fancy and plain, even kites made of old newspapers. Sometimes I catch them in groups, making wide circles around clusters of kites. Falcon slashes through their strings. For a while, the kites fly where the wind carries them. When they land, they'll belong to whoever finds them. But at least they will have tasted freedom. Inse Allah, I really am king of Basan today. Throughout the day, my brother brings some of the kites I have freed up to the roof. Among them is Goliath. My sister stacks them in a pile. Sometimes loose kites float close enough for me to catch. Falcon tangles their strings and I draw them in. My sister catches some too. She uses a long bamboo pole topped with thorns. If I am king, she is queen of Basant. At the end of the day, we have a big pile of kites. I choose the two I want. Then my brother and sister get their picks. After they have chosen, they start back downstairs. My sister says, Malik, you coming? Not yet. The sun is setting on a magnificent day. I want to stay up here to watch, to feel the cool breeze. I want to make my day last a little longer. Turn to a buddy and ask, do the characters look happy or sad on this page? Pause the video and make a prediction. What do you think Malik is seeing and what do you think he's going to do? Suddenly, I hear yelling from below. The bully pushes a young girl to the ground. Then he grabs her kite and runs into his house. The girl gets to her feet, sobbing. She heads down the alley, trailing the kite string behind her. Something makes me pick up Goliath and drop it over the side of the roof. It floats, slicing the air side to side, to land close beside her. We are going to read together again. Let's try it. The crying stops. The girl picks up Goliath. I duck just as she looks up to see where it came from. When I look again, she's dancing along. Then she rounds the corner. She's gone. One by one, the stars come out till they shine down like a million jeweled kites. My day is done. I am no longer king of Basant. It's time to go downstairs and join my brother and sister. We have many stories to tell of Falcon's triumphs, and tomorrow I will start designing a new kite, an even better kite. For next, when Basant win, Isna Allah, I will be king again. Turn to a neighbor and ask them why.
All right, we're going to pause there. So were you able to point out which parts are believable and which parts are not? When you read a book, evaluate the plot of a realistic book to determine if it's even believable. So if we think about King for a Day, what's believable in that book? Malik had to deal with a bully. That's something that a lot of people have to go through at some point in their life. What was unbelievable? Kite fighting against a bully from the top of a building seems too dangerous to do in real life. So as you're reading your book today, to determine, is it a realistic fiction book? Think about what could really happen versus what probably couldn't happen in real life. All right, fourth graders, that's all for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.